All right, episode 11. Does this mean we're past famous now?
I think so. Well, it's all uphill from here because it's all double digits.
I don't know if I can count that high.
Well, a few more of these Bud Lights, I don't think I can.
Yeah, but I'll count the one, huh?
I think I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, well, at least you're saying it better than I could.
Yeah. Well, so I shot pool last night.
Oh, yeah? I haven't shot pool in a long fucking time.
I suck at it.
Oh, I need to play.
Oh my lord, I suck at it. Look,
I haven't played hardly at all in years.
Of course, this other four that we have on the team, because I'm playing a league. So this other four on our team we have, he didn't do so well either. But we end up losing. We end up losing 11-2.
Wow.
Yeah, but we're already in the playoffs. We're already in LTC, so it doesn't matter.
Is it just a bad night for you, or because you play more than I do?
Well, you would think it was our first time playing. But the ones that got us the points was me and this other guy, and he's a 5. I was the only one. He got 1 point, and I got 1 point. Nobody else got anything. But you know what though? Here's the thing. I just keep just kind of keep doing what you do. Just kind of keep grinding out, just like you do when you start a business or whatever, start a podcast. You just got to grind it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to grind it out. So I know how it is.
We're trying to figure out the whole Facebook, Twitter, Instagram thing, and it's just
sometimes
it's a pain in the ass.
Is Facebook worse or what? Because like I'm having problems getting our Facebook, our market, our business.
I'm not been a fan of Facebook for a long time. Like 10 years ago or so, whatever it was that I first started using it, it was the bee's knees back then. It was great, but then after a while, it just they changed shit so fucking much.
Maybe that's why, because it was the bee's knees, and now it's just the fucking bee.
Maybe, yeah.
And now it's just the knee. Now it's just
so many social media sites. I guess they feel like they got to keep up, so they just constantly change.
Well,
if it's not broke, don't fix it for a while, at least a little while,
Exactly. Just like I just said, just got to grind it out and keep plugging away at it and see what happens.
If any of you listeners out there have any issues with Facebook, comment, let us know.
I mean, if you've got a suggestion where we can start the business or whatever, comment, let us know. I mean, if we haven't figured it out by then, I mean, maybe you guys could help.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Us and Facebook, we're in a complicated relationship right now, so it's complicated.
Yeah, it's the divorced stepchild.
Yeah, it is. But
what it really is.
It's the elder one of them all.
Yeah.
The oldest one. He's always the pain in the ass.
Yeah, that one that always wants to go to the fucking mall.
Yeah.
Drive your car. No, you know what? Eat a bag. I mean, come on.
Goddamn car.
Yeah.
Get some insurance and drive yourself to the mall.
Drive yourself to the mall. That's what Facebook is.
That's what Facebook.
It's that rotten one. Out the bunch.
To help Facebook, go to loudpodcast.com.
That's right.
And just
right.
Forget about Facebook. You can get our episodes there eventually.
Yeah.
We're still working on it, but
yeah, we're still working on it. We've Donnie's been plugging away at it.
It's live.
Some stuff. Yeah, it's live now, but it doesn't have much. It has a cool little web banner and stuff like that, but it is what it is, I mean, it's a work in progress, like everything else that you do,
Well, and we were talking about this, I think, yesterday or something.
Yeah.
We're graphic designers and we're artists, so we're always plugging away. We're always like, it's not done, even though to somebody else it might be done. I don't know. Everybody's different. I always just gotta find a point where I just stop and walk away from it, because if I don't, I'm just gonna continue working on it. And But when it comes to it's our personal website, not our personal, but our business website, our podcast, and it'll never be done with me and you. It will always be.
No, it'll always be another step up. Always like I always thought when you're building websites or whatever, make it easy, don't make it complicated. Because you make it complicated, you lose everybody. There's still some websites out there still today that are just ridiculous, that are just like really hard to complicated, and I'm like, why?
I could name a few, but I'm not going to right now.
No. I know. Yeah, I know you can. But with that being said, tonight's going to be a good episode. We've got some just random fun shit to talk about. You know,
When is the last time you did a project? We're going to talk about,
yeah.
that creative block a little bit, or just, trying to get a leg up on being better at what you do. And kind of like a good segue into the, projects that we've been finishing and working on, and things we're gonna get done hopefully soon. And
Well, I know you want to share with the audience that we have and everybody else the projects you've worked on, the dresser. You've been talking about it and you've been working on it, and I think you got it finished now. So
yes, finally.
And for what I've seen, it looks pretty cool, and hopefully if you guys are interested in something like that, you want to drop a line. Maybe you've got something you're working on yourself. Maybe you got questions or something that he's ran into, because he does a lot of different, woodworking projects around
which
town.
is a good segue, Matt, into on the website. We got our episodes and our podcast on there, but we also have a portfolio where the projects will be, and I'll show you that later on when we go.
Right on, awesome. And then obviously we're gonna talk about breaking down our favorite music,
which is important when you're creating stuff.
Yeah, definitely. When you're creating art, when you're even going through different portfolios, maybe you're a reader and you want elegant music or whatever kind of playing in the background while you're kind of reading, stuff like that. We're gonna break down our favorite music, and hopefully we'll see and you let us know what your favorite music is when you do projects and things like that. Yeah. And of course we can't ever go anywhere without doing a little COVID talk every now and then,
It's
how
time.
Well, how it all started for us, that's pretty much how this whole thing happened. So why not shine some light on that and where we at now with the COVID, are we getting any better? Are we getting any worse? I think the government's getting worse, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. So our next part of our agenda, I came up with this idea. I put it on here. I came up with this because I was searching through the YouTubes like I do, just looking at different shit. I do that all the time. It's random stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, just random shit, anything to do with graphic design or art, or sometimes many other different things too, obviously. But so I like to look for that stuff a lot, just stuff in my field. And I came across this one video, and I haven't watched the whole thing because it's kind of long, but I guess I've never heard of it before, but the podcast, I guess, is called The Future with Chris Dew. I don't know. That's what it says, and these guys talk about graphic design a lot, apparently, and art and stuff. And if you've never heard of a graphic designer named Aaron Draplin.
I don't know. I've heard of Boston Chris, though.
Boston Chris?
I've heard.
Now, I've heard him around in the circles before, and I've seen some of his work. So, he's not new to me 100%, but, he's a really good designer. He's, he knows what he's talking about when he's doing. So, to get into it, I was listening to the podcast, and he got to a point where he was talking about, because some of the people were calling in or writing and asking questions for him to answer. And I think one of them, I can't remember the question exactly, it had something to do with like portfolios and doing work or something like that, and maybe even a creative block or something. And so what he said, one thing he said that really stuck in my head, and I heard it earlier today when he said it, and stuck with me. He said, when was the last time that you did a project just for the hell of it? Which is a very good question, because in our line of work, sometimes you get dead spots, man, and, or you just get, a creative block where you can't do shit because you can't, sometimes you got to work it out, you got to practice, or you got to get better at it. So I thought that's a very good point. I do shit like that every once in a while. I'll just work on something random as hell just to. My wife will ask me sometimes. She go, "What are you working on?" I'm like, "It's just I
don't know.
I gotta brush up on some skills for something and
right.
And
right. You should be like, well, I don't know.
Pretty much. I'm like, if I explain it to you, it's gonna be a long conversation, and you're gonna just
you're just gonna, yeah, because you're just gonna wonder like,
Yeah, I'm interested.
You're just gonna ask the question and be like, oh well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I know she's interested. At the same time, it's probably going to be a lot. And sometimes I honestly say I don't know because I really don't fucking know. I'm like. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there that if you're a graphic designer and he's right. When's the last time you did something for the hell of it?
This is true. Well, let's see. I know I'm getting ready to start. I'm getting ready to start helping my dad. I gotta go down to the old Maysville Friday because Mattsville. I gotta go down there because I gotta. He calls me yesterday. He's like, "Well, I could sure use your help." I'm like, "Okay, what do you got going on?" Like, I'm doing Aunt Vicky's deck. I'm like, "All right." So I knew she was saying something about it, and she just had cataract surgery, so she'd been out for a little bit. But he said, I don't know what the hell the Amish used on this wood. Did they use treated wood? What they use, I don't know, because it's really thick. I can't get it off. He was pressure washing it, and then he was gonna seal it and stuff before the winter and all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they use. So if anybody out there has like a deck that's done by the Amish, I guess, let me know on some tips. That'd be great. And hopefully I don't have to chisel the damn shit off. But Dad did say it would come off like 6 inches at a time. I'm like, oh.
Was it paint?
No, it's not paint. It's finished. It's something stained, whatever they
finish?
use. It's a stain they use or something. Yeah, it's like a finish or something.
Awfully thick ass fucking finish, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they used, but he said it only came off like 6 inches at a time with the power washer.
Well, the thing is too, is people who have decks, I've seen this. I was researching for my deck. Sometimes people have a deck. They'll if they don't paint it or they take all the paint off of it, they put a finish on it that's clear, so that way they can keep the wood, and that way every year instead of painting it all the time, which is a pain in the ass because you got to take the paint off, put new paint on usually.
Yeah, he don't want to do that.
Yeah,
it makes it natural wood.
Yeah, if you clear coat it and keep it wood, then every year you don't have to take anything off of it. You just put more clear coat on. And I bet that's what you're up against. That's probably like years and years and years and years of clear coat.
I can't wait.
It's just got to come off because
I can't wait to get down there, guys. I can't wait to get down there.
Nice.
I hope there's some money involved. That's all I can say is I hope there's some money involved. Free dinner for like 3 weeks or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the way my dad explained it.
Groceries.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
you go out to dinner.
No, I don't know.
So something that I kind of worked on. I've been working on for the hell of it. Nothing big really, but I have that. What's that iPhone app I got on my phone here? Let me look at it real quick. I think it's called iPix. No, I'm sorry. IBIS Paint X. IBIS Paint X. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but IBIS Paint Pix.
Oh, I think I had it or whatever at one time.
Yeah, am I saying it right still? Paint X. I'll tell you, I can't even fucking remember shit anymore. But anyway, I got the stylus and I got that app, and I've been kind of like drawing with it a lot. I mean, nothing really super meaningful, just a lot of practice work and just, trying to learn how to use a stylus and draw with this app, really. But I did some interesting stuff. There's a self-portrait of me I did on Instagram. If you guys go to Instagram, you can see that. I posted it. It's all purplish. But anyway, cause it's easy for me to do. Like if we do go out to eat, we actually, go out to eat. We actually do that every once in a great while. Or if I am sitting on the couch watching TV with my wife or something, I just pull out the phone and the stylus and I start drawing with it a little bit. So I don't know. It's just some good sketch work. Some good practice. So
yeah. I need to get working on some stuff. I will. I think I need to get working on some stuff myself. I've been talking about doing some giraffe stuff, because I really got a cool photo of this giraffe that I took a long time ago. It looked already cartoonish, so I was just gonna change some stuff around on it. But I keep saying it, and I think I will. Like, hopefully when I get back from Maysville, if I'm not too damn tired from trying to scrape off like 16 years of
Clear coats.
I hope so. But let us know what projects you've done, anything like that. I mean, that'd be great. Maybe we'll share it. I'm sure we will. So, I mean, some people that I've noticed, our guest that we had, last week, she's got a little green thumb, so it looks like a bunch of foliage and stuff's growing around her house where she's painted. So, my dad's got a green thumb, and maybe I'll go back down there and take pictures and stuff of his garden. Yeah. He's got a huge ass garden. Oh yeah, man, he's got a huge ass garden. Like he's gonna give me cucumbers and like said or zucchinis. I'm gonna make some fried zucchinis. I'm gonna make fried zucchini and fried tomatoes. I like fried green tomatoes. So
yeah,
I'm gonna make some.
I was gonna say I brought my cooler to work tonight. So
did you?
Filling up.
Oh snap! That's all I can say is oh snap.
Fill her up.
Where the hell did you get that? I like that mug. Where'd you get to that?
I don't remember. We were at some shop somewhere. I don't know.
Was it like maybe a gift shop somewhere that you went?
No, it was one of those like maybe Burlington Coat Factory or Ross. I don't know. Places I don't really go to very often because I don't like to go shopping, period. But I was out with my wife and she was shopping and she pointed out to me, she goes, "This would be good for you to use on your podcast all the time." So I bought it and I've been using it ever since. So here it is.
I want to find one of a coffee cup with a picture of a coffee cup.
There you go.
That's what I want. Picture of a coffee cup. It's kind of like a vortex. Like a fucking vortex. No, there's some cool coffee cups, man. If you're out randomly and you see like, oh, I'm gonna go down this aisle and there's like coffee cups. Believe it or not, there's some pretty strange coffee cups here and there. I've seen coffee cups that have boobs on them. I've seen coffee cups, I've seen Betty Boop coffee cups, Peanuts coffee cups, just like random stuff, Star Wars coffee cups. I
feel like I've seen coffee cups with boobs on them in Italy once, maybe, or something.
I think I've seen coffee cups with boobs on them everywhere. I think you could probably go to Walmart and probably get coffee cups with boobs on them.
Yeah, every country's got them gift shops somewhere, right?
Yeah, Walmart sure is America's gift shop. That's what Walmart should advertise right there.
That's funny. I was watching
everybody's gift shop.
I was watching a video earlier. Was it today or yesterday? I think it was last night.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was talking earlier. I do my little video searches. I look around through YouTube for whatever, and I was watching this video on like Southern heavy metal. Like these people live in Louisiana and the South, and they play metal bands.
Heavy metal, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, one guy was like, "I'm from Eastern Kentucky, way back up in the mountains. Walmart was an hour away." I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yep.
That's how you know you're way back in it.
I'm telling you right now.
Not only is it the gift shop, but it's the everything.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and plug this line. I'm going to go ahead and plug this line for everybody. I'm telling you. Walmart. Everyone, America's gift shop. America's gift shop. Walmart. There you go. That's a line. Walmart, America's gift shop. Okay. Now, if Walmart chooses to use this, you've heard it from me first. They better pay me some royalty. Walmart, America's gift shop. I mean, like, think about it. That's what it really is, I mean, there's random shit at Walmart. This is random shit.
Yeah. You can go there and get what you need and get other shit you don't need.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're in America, who doesn't go to Walmart? at least once every other week, at least. Now, I will say, when I was married, I went to Walmart like probably, well, I don't know. I've seen you there a bunch of times. I don't know. So I was there. I mean, that was, my stepson. Yeah, I love the guy. He's like, it's your favorite store. I'm like, no, it's not my favorite store. Your mother sends me there. I mean, sometimes, not just your mother sent me there, but she would do that once in a blue moon. But I mean, like, I would go to Walmart, and then I guess he thought that was my favorite store. I guess I don't know.
Kids, man, easily impressionable, and they really don't even fucking know why.
I'd rather not go to Walmart.
They never know the truth. They just, whatever they're thinking up here, it's like a big ball of something.
I mean, like, look, who just randomly like, I'm gonna go to Walmart. I mean, you can choose Kroger's. It's probably closer. Most Kroger's are closer to Walmart. Most Walmart you have to drive. I mean, I've never been to a place that I lived right beside Walmart, and I had to drive to Kroger's.
Well, I go to Walmart sometimes just for good company,
And let me tell you, that is some good company that goes there. Let me tell you, but I can't say that because I go there, so nobody really can say that honestly. I don't think anybody, unless you're a newborn baby, you can't say you've never been to Walmart.
I've seen newborn babies there before. Usually they were some
questionable people.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen
what time you go there.
Yeah. So yeah. So one of the things is that we're working on is, well, I helped put up my fence around my sister's pool. That was nice. So I'm hoping to get back next week and start working on some giraffe stuff, some kind of like art stuff and things.
Yeah.
I know. There is, like you said, I think are you going to start your deck?
We've talked about that. It's been so fucking hot out. We're going to do the deck, but we don't know when. Probably either fall or spring.
Yeah,
whenever it's
probably.
Cool,
Yeah. You know what? That is a probably good idea. The good thing about the good thing and bad thing about your deck is your awning is connected to your deck, right?
Right.
That's rough. So what are you gonna? So I mean, like, how do you tackle that? How do you go about tackling that? Because if it's connected, bolted to your deck.
Well, first off, it's a metal and the deck is wood, so I'll be able to strip all the paint off of the wood and repaint it and just tape. I could tape it up, I guess, the metal bars because they're not that big. But we're gonna paint the metal bars too.
Are you guys thinking about stripping it all off and leaving the wood finish?
No, we're gonna paint it.
Are you gonna paint it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta replace the top rails that are starting to rot out, and then I'm gonna strip all the paint off of it and put a color on it. They would do like a light gray and do like the white bars, and then that we're gonna try to do that in fall. And then paint the awning, the rails black because there's not much to that. It's mostly white, so we're gonna leave that part. But the brown railing we'll paint it white or black. And then come spring, we're gonna
let me know, and then I'll help you.
Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna put some gravel underneath it in the spring, and then put some white lattice up.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, make it nice. Make it nice. You got a nice little place for cornhole.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're actually getting the cornhole. I can't believe it. You're actually getting in the cornhole. I didn't think I was. Granted. I would assumed you'd like horseshoes better, but
Right. Well, the thing is I have my my wife's brother or my brother-in-law Nick. He's the one that got me into it a bit, and he's the one that gave us the cornhole set. Well, actually, I've traded him. I'm gonna make him a giant Jenga set, but.
Nice.
He gave us those. He made them, and then so now we're setting up in our backyard.
Well, nice.
We've been playing on it quite a bit this summer. So projects that I've been working on real quick.
Yeah.
the plant one that's always in the background, that's always unfinished. I started working on it again. I'm not showing it. I'm not going to talk much about it because I just want to kind of work on it, and then when it's done, I'll show it. But I got some stuff going on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got
hey, do you have so talking about finished things and things that we started on and things that we worked on? I know you've been working on a little dresser.
I know. Like I said, I think I said this in another episode, like a previous episode. I don't remember if I did or not.
I don't think.
I've been getting more into furniture, like crafting and stuff with wood. It's just some reason I don't know. I got into it. Doesn't mean I'm getting out of anything else, but it just means another thing on my list to do that I never have time to do. So,
do you get pictures?
Yeah. So here's a good opportunity or a good time for us to show off our website a little bit too.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll
have on our website, don't you?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll share screen with you.
First one.
And then everybody can see the website a little bit. I'll kind of navigate us through a little bit. It's not complete, but in the portfolio section, I have this dresser conversion I did to an entertainment center. I'll kind of show the steps from start to finish.
Okay.
So let me start sharing here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's a good looking website, guys.
Who
is those good looking gentlemen?
I know.
Right? Crazy.
So, as you can see, the landing page for our website here. I was working on this earlier. Our logo at the top, for some reason, it's still cutting off. I don't know why. I had it fixed, and then it.
Oh, at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And you move it down. It looks like about a.
Well, yeah. This whole thing,
maybe
this whole background's one picture though.
1/4 of an inch, maybe.
Yeah, this background's one whole picture, so I might have to. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, this is our landing page, and I'm trying to set up episodes down here. It's not happening yet. But
it'll get there.
This link right here does work. If you go to our website and click on this, you don't feel like going to YouTube where you can't navigate it. If you click on that, it'll take you directly to the Loungewire YouTube page, and you guys can view our stuff there.
Yeah.
So there's that, and
so tune in.
Yeah. So I don't have the about page set up or the contact yet, which I need to do contact next as soon as possible.
Get your portfolios and episodes sort of set up. That's a good way to go.
Episodes I'm working on, but portfolio I got sort of set up. It's not 100%. Like these are all placeholders coming soon. But this one here is the dresser conversion I was talking about. So let's click on that.
Nice.
Scroll through. As you can see, there's a quick description. This was an old dresser that I inherited. I sat on this project for a while because I had different ideas for it, and I did. I had all kinds of ideas to make an actual dresser out of it, and I wanted to change the way the drawers slid in and out because I didn't like it. It was in the middle.
Yeah.
I hate that. But the drawers take up all the space. There was no room for me to do it the way I want to do, at least that I know of. I'm not an expert at it, but I had never worked with furniture much before this. Really, I haven't. I've built little small things maybe, and I've got ideas, but so it finally became a much needed entertainment center. We, my wife and I, in our bedroom, we're trying to conserve space. I have other furniture projects coming up where I'm going to make a platform bed with drawers in it for us and all that.
Nice. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. We're going to make a mattress dresser too. So
you need to put lights in that too.
Yeah, I want to
make it kind of like consistent, you know.
Yeah, well, I want to that with that and the night tables we make for the headboard too of it. But anyway, let's get into it. So I'm gonna scroll down here. This is what it looked like. I took the drawers out of it because I had started working on the drawers already a long time ago, and this is what it looked like without drawers in it. And so we were like, we're getting rid of our dressers and we're putting the drawers under the bed to conserve space in our bedroom, but we still need something to put the TV and stuff on. So let's make this an entertainment center. Fast forward, here we are. So
that's a nice that'll be a nice looking entertainment center. It's a good idea.
Well, this top piece is not. I took this off in this whole thing, as you'll see. It's just a composite. The rest of the frame is wood, I think. The sides might not be as much, but the top definitely wasn't. So I put some real wood on it so the TV could hold it. It could hold the TV, and I could also finish it, make it look real good. So here's what I did. I also wanted to.
Nice.
I took the middle section out of the front, so I braced it up so that way the TV could sit on it, and it wasn't bowing or anything or going to collapse.
Nice.
I cut the shelves and put the shelves in the bottom so we could, put our stuff on there and, like PlayStation, whatever, alarm clocks or just whatever electronic wise and stuff you put on a entertainment center. And then here's with the top on it. This is obviously I'm just putting it all together. I'm trying to get a feel for things and cutting things down a little more and giving it a finish. It was a process, man. This took me a good couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
Working 3 or 4 hours a day on it at least, just trying to get stuff together. As you can see, if you look on the inside, I don't know if you see my mouse or not, but I told you the sides, I wasn't sure if they were complete wood. Well, I put more wood in the sides on the inside because I wanted to have that look. I didn't want it to look cheap. I wanted it to be a nice quality build because it's something we're going to use for a long time. So I shored the sides up too with some extra wood there in the inside. And then as you can see, I don't know if you can see, I don't have a picture of the bottom right off the top of my head. Oh, you can see the bottom here. See, it's got that roll here, that half.
Yeah, I like that roll though.
That half round there.
Yeah.
Well, I threw an accent up the top to match that because it wasn't there before. So I was like, well, I don't want it to be just a straight flat board. I want it to the bottom a little bit. So I went ahead and put 2 quarter rounds together and then glued them and nailed them together, and then I stuck it on here.
Nice.
So it gives it a little accent piece to match the bottom a little bit. Okay, now I was getting ready to. I started working on the top of this thing. I was staining the shelves and the top, and I started doing some artwork on here. And it took me a little while to figure out what exactly do I want to do on here, and I came up with some interesting ideas. However, I think the stain. I never did stain art before. First off, but I'm really interested in it. So I started working. This is called a weathered oak stain. I really like the stain. It goes with the paint, and I started working with it. And come to find out, this stain is super watery. It looks nice on the wood, but it's just not good to work with on artwork. So, because I started doing my research and looking at all the other stain art. And everybody that does stain art usually uses a nice dark, thick stain.
Right.
This wasn't that. So I started working with it, and I found out that, all right, so I can't do that. I'm just not good enough at it anyway because I've never done it before. On top of that, it's a really watery stain. So I started it, and then I just kind of took it down and sanded it all off because I was like unhappy with it. But fuck it.
Yeah.
So I did that. Then I came up and started, painting a base coat on everything. So you got the base coat. And I started putting the first coat of the actual color. It's a Champness. It's a mineral paint. It's called Champness.
Well, I like the color.
Yeah, it's a nice blue. It's a nice light blue. And I started staining the wood, and then here it is finished. Now, before I finished it, I did take some wood wax. It's called a special dark, almost like an espresso. And I put the wood wax over the color of the blue to kind of tone it down a little bit and kind of darken it just a little bit in spots. It's hard to tell, really. I didn't.
Yeah, because it'd probably be a little lighter, wouldn't it?
Right.
Probably be a little brighter.
Right. So I put about 2 coats of weathered oak on all these shelves in the top, and then I put some lights in it. And
I
this
like
is
that.
With the TV on it. This is what it looks like. So the lights are a nice addition, but let me tell you about the lights real quick, okay? I had to put these things, I had to take the back of it off and put them on and attach them, and my stepson helped me out on that a little bit, and it's a good thing he did because he was able to
get into places you couldn't get in.
Right, that, and then he was able to look and see where I was pinching some of the lights where I couldn't see that in the front, but
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad for just
good.
Yeah, conversion. I mean, I didn't spend a ton of money on it.
What do you think about eventually? Like, I can even help you. What do you think about eventually doing like vines, maybe up the side, like stained vines?
I thought about that, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do vines because I wasn't sure if it fit the color and the weather. That's why I had such a hard time coming up with a design for the top. Remember, I was drawing some art up here so I could do the stain art. I had a really hard time figuring out what I wanted to do because I just wasn't feeling it with that color and that stain. So the vines might be a good idea. Maybe we can think that through later on. But the lights, though, Here's the thing. I've had this done for about a week now, and we've had lights on the day that I finished it, and that's it. We haven't turned them on since. But the reason why is
Didn't
because,
turn on.
huh?
Where's your switch at? Where'd you do with your switch?
That's the thing. There's no switch on it. You plug it in, it turns them on. That's it.
Oh.
So you have to reach back there to unplug it every time. So here's what we did to solve that, and I ordered these smart plugs. They just came today, like literally tonight. They just came. Actually, I was
really?
starting the podcast with you as they were being delivered, so I haven't tried them out yet. But it's like a smart plug. You plug it in, then you plug the light into the smart plug, and you're supposed to be able to download an app to turn it on or off from your phone.
Yeah.
Or I have a Google Home Mini on my desk in my bedroom, so you can hook it up to that as well. So I can just tell the Google to turn the lights off.
Hey, Don. Hey, Donnie.
Yep.
Tell me, do you like Google?
I don't know, maybe a little bit.
You got like a temperature thing. You got like Google
Yeah.
Plus.
Hey, wait till I
Google
start
Plug. You know what?
putting some cameras in here, but it's 'cause
When are you gonna trade your son in for a Google Sun?
as soon as they come out, man, first model. I'm just kidding.
And Brainy probably be like, as soon as it happens.
Hey,
Soon as it's a kid, man.
here's something that might blow your mind. We have 2 Google Home Minis in this house. Yeah, exactly.
We got one from downstairs and one upstairs.
Yep.
Do you really?
Yep. One's Brandy's and one's mine. Hers is downstairs. She uses it in the kitchen. So I use it when I'm in the kitchen, and we use them back and forth. But
Yeah.
so anyway,
Yeah. If you say it loud enough, Google will start playing music.
I know sometimes you gotta be careful because if you say Google and you're not wanting to talk to it, it'll fucking start doing some shit for you anyway. So, but
Well, it happens.
I use Google so much, Google Calendar, Google Gmail, and so my Google Mini is nice because I can just talk to it and it'll put shit in my calendar for me and whatever.
Well, yeah, I do like Google. I do like Google for that. I mean, I wish my TV has Cortana, which is all right. I mean,
Cortana, she's like
it's kind of stupid though, really, to be honest with you.
Cortana's like the
It's a Microsoft.
It's not. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's not quite Nike, but
Yeah, it's more like British Nike.
it looks like Nike, but it's not.
It's British Nike compared to Nike. Okay, y'all remember British Nike, right? Well, some of you probably. Yeah, I would think you guys do probably real. Yeah, British Nike.
They put lights in their shoes too, huh?
LA Gears.
LA Gears.
Oh,
Music. We all listen to it.
music. We all listen to it.
We all listen to it.
I'll listen to it. All of it.
Sometimes you listen to it, and then you're listening to it.
And then you listen to it a little too much. Nah, there's no such thing as listening too much music.
Never. Sometimes you're listening to it, and you're cutting the grass. Sometimes you're listening to it, and you're cooking dinner. Sometimes you're listening to it, and you're doing artwork and design.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do.
Sometimes. You listen
Sometimes.
to it from back in the day when you were when you were skating around the parks,
Back in the day.
around the Maysville High School, around the stadiums over here in Cincinnati.
Those are the days.
Oh man,
Nothing like breaking bones and skinning yourself up.
which reminds me of I'm talking like House of Pain, talking to like Primus, Black Sabbath, we skated Iron Man, awesome.
Yeah. Black
Salt
Sabbath,
Pelter.
Iron Maiden, Slayer, those were some big ones we always listened to while we were skating,
yeah.
early on at least.
Oh yeah.
It varied. It's so much
Well,
different.
you had the Seattle scene, the Pearl Jams and the fucking Soundgardens,
Nirvana, Austin Chains.
Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Skinny Puppy.
Skinny Puppy, I remember that.
Oh wow, Mudhoney.
Mudhoney, yep.
Yeah, you got you can't forget the old Temple
Ass ponies.
Temple the dog ass ponies. Remember the old Judgment Night soundtrack?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
that is a good one. That is a good one. Little House of Pain action.
Who all was?
Who was it? No. I was more impressed with Onyx. I loved Onyx, man. Onyx was awesome.
Well, Onyx, I know. Onyx and Biohazard teamed up to do some stuff.
Yeah,
And Slayer and Ice-T, and those were the popular ones, but there was some other stuff
they
too.
do jump around. They did jump around, right?
Not on the Judgment Night.
But
no.
Biohazard, I saw Biohazard playing on that video.
Were they?
They were on the video. Jump around.
Huh.
They were playing. It was like right before Judgment Night soundtrack, I think.
Well, we always talk about the Seattle scene and the grunge music, and which we were 80s and 90s kids. We grew up as kids in the 80s and became teenagers in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So
skating.
Grunge was definitely a thing, but one of the least talked about things though is the heavy metal hardcore scene in New York around the same time. Like you had Life of Agony, Typo Negative,
Yep.
Biohazard. They were all from the same scene, the same era. Because I know Life of Agony and Biohazard. They teamed up and did some songs together on that first Life of Agony CD.
Where's Sepultura from?
Oh, they're from Brazil.
Are they Sepultura?
Yeah, but they were around like in the mid '80s. They were out for a long time. Yeah, they were out for a while.
Oh, Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth. Well,
That's an old band there.
Yeah, Sonic Youth's on this Judgment Night soundtrack too. Sonic Youth and Cypress Hill. That's a pair I never thought I would see.
That's just weird. That's just
both great bands, but
well, here's the thing.
Hey.
It's like what they took whatever you didn't think was going to happen. It happened.
That's what the Judgment Night soundtrack was.
But you know what though? Before that was old Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Oh yeah, well,
Before that was
and also before that was Anthrax and Public Enemy.
The Anthrax and Public Enemy right there. It was what was that song?
Before Judgment Night, I should say, not before Run DMC.
What was that song? Anthrax and Public Enemy. What was that song?
Bring the Noise.
That's what it was. Yo, Chuck D. D.
Yeah, that was great. Those were good times.
But it was good though. But you know what though? I think that right there inspired like people like Limp Bizkit, Korn.
Oh, it definitely inspired a lot of shit, man.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like rap, and if you're a group that like rap, and if you're a group that like metal, and you're like throwing this together, like boom, you're mind blown.
That's made us as '90s teenagers and kids.
It blows your mind. You're like fuck.
Different because, I love thrash and heavy metal. I was into all that shit first, but the rap in the '90s was good too, and it came around. It was like Public Enemy was really fucking good.
Public Enemy was awesome.
And then all of a sudden, like Public Enemy and Anthrax together. What could possibly be better?
Well, you take Anthrax, you take Public Enemy, or you took Run DMC. You took you know what? I was surprised the Beastie Boys didn't get on this.
Well, and there was Beastie Boys.
I was really surprised. Beastie Boys was doing their thing.
Yeah, just by themselves. I mean, they collaborated with Slayer in the '80s.
That was Check Your Head. That was around your Check Your Head when Judgment Night came out. Check Your Head came out. Yeah. Remember the Check Your Head, these Beastie Boys. But I'm like, you throw that together, you're like, that shouldn't go together. But it did so well.
All these bands were collaborating and making stuff happen that's never happened before, and Beastie Boys were doing all that just as one band.
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
Beastie Boys was doing it in one band.
Yeah, they were three guys, making all that shit.
The Beastie Boys, who else?
But though, Beastie Boys on License, was it License to Ill, where they did Fight for Your Right to Party and all that? Was that album? They collaborated, like Kerry.
Yeah, it was.
Kerry King from Slayer played on that album with Beastie Boys a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. So
if you think about it, you have bands now like, okay, So like we say all these bands spawn these other bands. That is true. That is so true. Because Judgment Night, the people that played on Judgment Night album, played on an album. Now you look at it, you're like, oh, well now we got 311. 311 sounds just like that fucking album.
Yeah.
You know? Because the way they do it, they rhyme and they like do a little rhythm
So,
rhyme.
It's pretty safe. It's pretty safe to say that album was a turning point in music in the 90s.
Right between high school and college years, I was into Pennywise.
Pennywise, there's a good one. Dead Kennedys. Dead Kennedys.
I've got a Pennywise poster with all the band members signed it. The bass was it the bass player that died? I had all the signature. I had the signature and stuff. The poster somewhere. I can't remember where it is. But in my opinion, I mean, of course, I'm sure the '70s is their opinion too. But in my opinion, our music era was really wide opening, or eyes wide open kind of thing.
Doors open for a lot of shit to happen.
Well, you got Rage Against the Machine, one of my favorite bands now. Tom Gorilla.
Yeah, a lot of shit came out of the 90s.
Yeah, one of the best now guitarists there is. You know, I mean, hands down. Back then you had Page.
Well, in the 90s, you had so many great guitarists, really. There's so many people. But yeah, he's definitely hands down one of the top. Yeah, the very top there.
What he can do with it, what he can do with a guitar is just ridiculous. You know, I'm like, this is crazy.
Well, yeah, because he really did different shit. So I mean, he really.
Oh really? He really stretched your mind in the guitar.
Well, and he did something with Chris Cornell and the rest of Rage Against the Machine that Slash stuff and the guys in Guns N' Roses did is they did a different band.
Yep.
And made it big again. Because I was watching documentaries on that stuff, and they were saying like when a band makes it big and they break and they just explode.
Yeah,
that's a really big phenomenon. You don't really do that very often.
Well, I think
different bands is a totally different thing.
Like one of my bands in high school besides Soundgarden and just like skater music or whatever. One of my biggest bands was Rage Against the Machine. It always is. Yeah. And when I found out they came back together, you know what it is? I think it wasn't just because Zach De La Rocha is really. I guess he had a difference between the bands, I guess. But here's the thing. When you're that big, because Rage Against the Machine didn't know they were that big. I remember when they were first strike, before Rage Against the Machine, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I remember that too.
First Strike or something. I found it in an old record store. I found this.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I mean,
all that.
Like they didn't expect to get as big as they did, and they did. And
yeah,
and like you said, bands go their ways when they explode. It's kind of like they're so big. Where else are they going to go? Where else are they going to go?
When they break that big and it's a phenomenon.
Yeah, where else are they going to go?
Like they were saying, when they do break up like that, and then other members form together and make a band, and then they do it again, that's like really rare for that to happen.
Yeah, you want to tell us that story?
What's that?
You should share that story right here. Speaking of Rage Against the Machine, I had a shirt.
Yeah.
Nuns with Guns, and Donnie will tell you about this interesting story that he had with that reminded him of this.
Well, before I don't know, maybe right around the time I met you, maybe shortly before, I went out to California to spend a couple weeks, and I spent some time in LA, and I was in the Rage Against the Machine just like you, man. I was always rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun, and so one day we were in a rail car. I was driving, right, and we were going down Sunset Boulevard, and I was turning on to Rodeo, but before I could turn, I got cut off by a van full of nuns. And then another van shortly after that proceeded to cut me off, another van full of nuns. So all I could think of is every time I met you after that, you always had this shirt, this Rage Against the Machine shirt, and it said nuns with guns. It had these nuns with guns, and I was always like, every time I seen you wear a shirt, I always thought, the time I got cut off on Rodeo Drive, turning onto Rodeo Drive by a van full of fucking nuns. It made me wonder, like, were they have guns? They just rob a bank and they were trying to get the fuck away? What's going on, you know? But I don't know. Every time I see you wear that shirt, man, I always thought nuns.
Oh, I still got it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough looking now. I don't know if you can even tell, but it's rough looking. Man, I tell you what, I used to have like 4 raises. This is because like when you're a teenager growing up in the 90s, that's what you had. You had band shirts. I had Red Dead shirts. I had Pearl Jam shirts, Sonic Youth shirts. I had all kinds of different shirts.
Alice in Chains shirts, Metallica shirts.
Exactly. The band that gave you wood, it had like the
shirts.
Yep. Yeah. But I had like 4, 5 Rage Against the Machine shirts. That's one band I had like more shirts than any other band name I had.
I'd tell you some shirts I had. Death.
I had a bottle bomb. I had the one with a bottle bomb on it. The Rage Against the Machine with a bottle bomb.
Oh yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I wish I could. I don't know what happened to it.
Huh.
Don't know what happened to it. And I was like, well.
I'll tell you, the one I had was Death, Individual Thought Pattern shirt. That's one of my favorite bands. They're just amazing.
Nice.
And that was one of my favorite shirts to wear all the time. I love that.
Nice.
I was a guitar player, so if you're a guitar player and you're playing metal, like,
no, I'm sure you had. I'm sure
that's one of the bands you listen to for like inspiration for sure. Those guys, fucking amazing. So, COVID talk. I want to say I wanted to go to Loungewire Origins because we were talking about music and breaking down. We were talking about a lot of old school stuff there.
Right.
And Loungewire is not old school yet to us, but its origins is built in current times, which is still fucking COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Ungoddamn believable that this shit's still around.
Well, let's say this. Let's say this. How about this? This will grab you. So like, if you've been keeping up the times, and I know this is like all started out with COVID. We had talked about it before. We got together and we're like, well, shit, why not? You know, let's do it. You know, we're already on Skype. Let's do it. Right. I mean, because that's the only way to communicate. Yeah.
Talked about doing podcasts long before this fucking virus came along.
Oh yeah. And then, but we're like, well, this is the better time. What a better time. Just to do it, just to hang out and have fun and see what happens. And here we are on episode 11. You know.
And we've got to do all kinds of shit, like little projects and shit in between of everything. Right. That, you know, I'm not sure. Not saying I wouldn't do these projects because I always want to do projects. But now they're like the pressure's on a little bit. Like you got a podcast you got to do this stuff for now. So now it's like I have to do this stuff. I gotta get these projects done. I gotta design stuff. I gotta brand the Loungewire. We gotta make the website. You know,
it's almost a push to do it. You know, it's almost a push to do it because that way we could talk about it and how we broke it down and stuff like that.
It's turning into something bigger each and every episode.
Like, each and every time. I tell you what though. I don't know if anybody's been following. I'm assuming everybody has, either in our state or somebody else's state or another state. You know, it seems like the Democratic Party and the Republican Party cannot come to agreement. Imagine that. You know, one says let's give them $1 trillion for it. Because everybody's out of work.
For relief.
And then and then another group says, hey, let's give them $3 trillion. But they can't come up with a agreed plan. I'm like, why don't you just give them $2 trillion then? Why don't you just meet in the middle? That's 1 and 3. You know, why don't you just go, oh, okay, well, 2 then.
Well,
know, I mean,
here's my thing. All these Americans every year before any of this ever happened that always needed help. Veterans, war veterans, you know what I mean, or just homeless people out of work needing help really bad. And all of a sudden, they're coming up with trillions of dollars to give to us, like for relief. Like, well, we could have been doing this a long time ago and just helping people out. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know, right?
We could have.
Well, I tell you what,
help people get their lives together and start earning somehow, and become productive citizens.
yeah, I'll tell you what. Give us a line, tell us what you think, because if we keep printing money that's not there, that dollar is so depleted right now.
Yeah, the
just gonna
dollar's
get
gonna crash, and it's not gonna
It's
exist
gonna get worse.
anymore.
Yeah, it's like what? Nobody's gonna help us. You know, look at all the people that we've helped in war times, stuff like that. Where are they at? But you know what though? We already owe everybody else already. So it's like, that's probably why, you know.
Well, and here's the thing too: is like I'm no economist, so I'm by no means an expert at
I'm
this.
not either. No,
Ooh,
I am.
ooh, but all these multimillionaires and billionaires, the top 1% that are so fucking rich, they gotta see this coming down. They gotta see it crashing down on them because, like you said, the dollar's so depleted, it is gonna crash. The American dollar is gonna go away. Then what happens to all these billionaires? Okay, the dollar's gone. You don't have billions of dollars anymore.
Anything.
Yeah, what do you
Doesn't mean
have?
anything. The billionaires don't mean anything no more. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
so what happens when that happens though? It's like you caused it, and now you're fucking poor, just like the rest of us. You could have just not been so greedy and propped us up better.
exactly. I mean, it's just asinine. It's just ridiculous. You know, there's probably not going to be any words anymore like, oh, well, he's a billionaire. Well, he doesn't really matter anymore. I mean, does he really matter? His billions now is like thousands to me. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if these people sit and worry about that sometimes. I have no idea.
I guarantee they worry about that. I guarantee
They
they worry
sure
about
don't
that.
act like it. I mean, they keep greedier and
There's
greedier.
no label. There will be no label anymore. If the dollar means nothing, then there will be no label. You know what it will be? It'll probably be like a purge. I can see that. Now they could try. Come on, let's try.
Well, you see what's going on right now, man. All these fucking protests, and now they're sending in federal agents to kidnap people in unmarked vans. They don't know who, stupid shit. And then you got governors saying, get out of my cities. I was telling Brandy earlier, I was like, this is how Civil War starts.
Pretty much. I mean,
Maybe I'm got my tinfoil hat on too much. I don't know, but
well, I think
kind of odd.
I think at this time, does the tinfoil hat matter? Of course it does.
It's kind of like the U.S. It's kind of like the U.S. dollar. Is it a tinfoil hat anymore?
Yeah, I mean,
nobody hides anything anymore. They just do whatever they fucking want.
Well, I mean, that's the great nation that we live in, where nobody gives a shit, and it's sad. It's sad, and hopefully, if it goes down and doesn't mean anything, and they're just a regular Joe, there might be a little richer Joe because they got more of it, but they really don't, because it doesn't mean anything. I mean, how are they going to act? How are we, as a society, like the poor or the middle class, how are we going to react to the people that were rich? So, I don't know. But, yeah, it's interesting. So, that was my 2 cents.
I mean, I feel like this should have been resolved, this whole COVID thing, and all this protesting should have been resolved by now. Like it was a thing. It's getting to be in the summer, close to, or at least in the July, and it's like nothing's really phased. Nothing's really faded away. You know what I mean? Everything's still.
And well, here's another thing that I think of too. I see a lot of posts on Facebook. I don't normally reply to really anything unless it's funny.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't really, because I don't really try to get on that soapbox where everybody else is.
It's for the election season.
Well,
if they are, is really bullshit. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be representing your base. And if you're using COVID-19 as a means to say, oh, it's fake, or oh, it's gonna kill everybody, or one extreme to the other, bullshit. Pick the fucking middle. Do the right thing for your people. You get paid to be in there to represent those people. Stop trying to represent, the greedy rich people.
True.
Stop being corrupt and just.
Well, they're suits. They have to represent those rich people. They're suits.
That's who's paying for their campaigns right now.
That is who's paying for their campaigns.
And they're paying for it. And they're pressured to win. So they gotta say, oh, COVID's fake, or it's just like the media. It's like everybody's pushing this media site's fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. Maybe some of it's not the best reported news, but some of it's obviously not fake. I mean, I think people, like we said earlier, like, are tinfoil hats. How tinfoil are they anymore?
All right. And as always, another episode comes to an end on Loungewire. Episode 11. If Nicky Six can survive the 80s, you, sir, can survive coronavirus. Stay healthy, my friend.